Hello again, everyone. Look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, we've got a good Saints. Ryan Suckup, the man tasked. Got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back in a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Breeze gives it up to Ingram. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Dancing to his left. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Play fake, Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Dion Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're running right through it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he breaks a couple of tackles, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
And he's taken down inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those big...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brian Orakpo coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Breeze on third down. Flushed out right. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Breeze now to throw. Being chased out left. That's caught. It's Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. To throw, it's Breeze. Finds, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jarrell Casey in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Dion Lewis getting set to go again here with his guys on offense. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Handed to...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. New Orleans Saints getting the football back here in a second, and those Saints saw their 10-game winning streak come to an end last week at AT&T Stadium. First half was really rough offensively. Drew Brees only passed for 39 yards.
You're just trying to hang on, make a play or two. The Dallas Cowboys brought it back last Thursday night, holding Drew Brees only 39 passing yards in the first half.
Yeah, the fewest yards for New Orleans in a half since week 3 of 2004 against the Broncos. But, hey, look, they're still 10-2. There's not a whole lot to cry over right now.
No, not at all. Their big thing, chasing the Los Angeles Rams now for the #1 seed in the NFC, so they can have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. If they get a tie, they win it because they beat the Rams earlier this year.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Charles, the Tennessee Titans are a bit of a tough team to figure out this year. 6-6. They did win last week against the Jets, but if you just look week in, week out, very inconsistent.
They have been, and that's been their downfall. That's why they're 6-6. And every time it looked like they were making a pretty good run and getting themselves into a nice spot, they take a loss or two and bring themselves back to the pack. But I do like their schedule the rest of the way. Short week, Thursday night coming up. They do
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Kill.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Ooh, the juke. Fighting through it, he's got space. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, let's discuss Dion Lewis as he gets set to go again. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Throw it, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. From the red zone now, Mariota. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Demario Davis able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Second down, Mariota. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They come out here in the eye. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half here, Mariota. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Suckup will put this one right through. So we've reached halftime at a low scoring. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defense.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And Lutz puts this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards. They just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Marcus Mariota getting ready to go again here on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball going deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team.
Will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. From the gun, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints will have the football back. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 69 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And on that one, maybe the defense... They run it again with Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. We get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. To throw is Breeze. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
They won it offensively. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, take care of the football and run out the clock. They can't just go over and turtle, as we like to call it, just tuck in and just sit on the ball here. Try and get that first down and finish the game off.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they will take a knee here. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.